So these little bitty lights from Zhiyun have been extremely useful, way more useful than I would like to admit. So let me introduce you to the Zhiyun X60. This is the main light that Zhiyun wants me to talk about in this video, but I actually purchased this G60 with my own little money because I saw it. I was like, man, this thing looks like it could be extremely useful. So we're gonna kind of pair these together and talk about both of these lights and how useful they have been. This light is a small 60-watt bicolor light that can give you nice power. Cool thing about this light is obviously you can power it through a DC cable. My favorite thing about this is you can power these lights with a V-mount battery. Okay, so now this is the Zhiyun MOLUS X60. Why is it called X? Look at this design. Okay, cool thing about this light is not only is it going to come with its own little battery bank, so here is a battery bank here that we can use, but the other thing is it is fully RGB. I've been using these lights mainly as kickers, and then I started realizing like, oh, we can do more with these. So let's unpack these things and how useful they can be. So with this battery bank, I'm gonna make sure I attach, one of these modifiers from Zhiyun on there. And that's the cool thing is that when you buy these lights, they come with these modifiers, okay? And you're able to still utilize this. I'm gonna turn this on, that battery bank is on, and what I'm able to do now is I can see that light turn on. And we're gonna put this down here so that I don't blow your eyes out. So cool thing about this light, it is fully bicolor. So here we go. We're going from 2700 Kelvin. I'm gonna go all the way up to 6500, fully bicolor. But the other thing is, of course, it being RGB, and that's the main reason why people are going to love this light. So you have an RGB light. I'm gonna shine it all over the place right now, as you can see, but it is fully, when I tell you fully RGB, it is fully RGB the way you want it. But the way I use this light is always just as a nice little kicker. Now I'm gonna give you a little spoiler of another way that I use this light, but the fact that I'm able to get a wireless light that is this powerful, it is way too powerful. I'm gonna turn this thing off really quickly because it's going all over the place. But keep in mind, not only is it RGB, and of course it is bicolor, we also have those effects, and the effects that everyone has in their light. So we have those effects that, this is crazy that you can get a light this size that can do all these things. So throughout this video, I'm going to be going back and forth with me actually using the light in real life on a photo shoot, and also just talking about this light in studio. So same over here, the G60 is fully bicolored. Now, of course, it is not RGB, and of course it doesn't have its own battery bank. But the cool thing you can do, not only with, this light, but also this light, is if you want to use any type of external battery power, of course you have the DC plug. But I'm gonna show you something. Cool thing is I have this V-mount battery. All I have to do is take this V-mount battery using a USB-C, 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 because it has a port, and all I have to do is same idea, is just turn this thing on, and now we have power. I'm able to power this thing at around 90%, okay, using a V-mount battery. So again, this thing goes from 2700 to 6500 Kelvin the same way as this X60. On the X60, I can take this battery bank completely off if I want. And if I wanted to, I would say have a bigger battery source. Guess what? The same idea works here. There is a USB-C port on here. There's a power port on here for the DC power, but right beside it is going to also be that USB-C. So when I connect that USB-C, same idea here. I'm gonna press, hold, turn it on, and guess what? The same way we're able to get power from the battery bank here, we're able to use other sources of USB-C power, whether it be a V-mount battery, whether it be a portable charger. You're able to power these things through USB-C, and to me, that's where it's been the most useful. Other than that, these are really good looking. You have a fan on them. Keep in mind, the fans are here and they function, but they're not loud at all. So if you're using these for an interview or anything of that matter, you're not gonna get a lot of noise coming out of these things. For the X60, you have the slot for your onboard battery that comes with it, and then when it comes to everything else, you got your power at the top, and then you have your knobs around it to control, and over here at the bottom you have your power sources, and that way you're able to power this thing through USB-C or of course through the DC cable. But again, this thing here comes in handy, okay? I haven't had any issues out of. I've seen reports of people talking about other, other MOLUS lights, and they have seen these things die out, but so far so good. I have not had an issue with this one. And this is simple, but this one is even simpler. All you have are these two knobs here, a power button. There's no battery, there's no power that you can, have on board on this. So it's very simple. It's just these two knobs here to control the entire light. Another quick difference with these lights, if you're using the ZY Vega app to control these lights, I'm going to show you really quickly. I know it's pretty bright, but another note I wanted to make is about this MOLUS X60. Check this out. I can easily control this on my phone. The same way I was able to control my B100, which is also up there. That is my hair light today. I'm able to control this MOLUS, and I can fully, control it. I can go to the, make sure I go to the color, and I can literally change it to whatever RGB color I want it to be. So there you go. I can literally pick on the color wheel very quickly on this thing, and you can see it changing colors, okay, doing this thing all around the color wheel. I know, very bright. So I'm going to turn it off now, so I'm not blowing everyone out. And of course I wish, but for the G60, you do not have that Bluetooth feature because that Bluetooth feature came out after its release. So also this B100, okay, I did a review on that. I can turn that on and off through this ZY Vega app also. But I mean, I wish we could get it in this one. Maybe there's a firmware update that we can get with this. I have no idea, but would love to see that. So quickly, I wanted to go through some of the ways that I like to use this. I was telling you I use this on a corporate shoot, and I'm like, well, how, Mario? How are you able to do that? I'm going to show you how. So if I take this modifier off on this X60, boom, okay, and I'm going to take this off here, I'm going to show you something. Is that you're able to add these to the arsenal. Okay, this right here has been the game changer. To me, I'm just going to be very frank with you. I have another video talking about another light that I'm going to discuss the same thing. To me, if you don't send this light out, this is just a note, Zhiyun. If you don't send this light out with a Bowens Mount adapter, I feel like it's not a complete product. That's just me. I could be wrong. I may not know what I'm talking about. That's how I feel, and that's what I'm going to express because it's how I feel. But when you're able to do this, you're able to have that Bowens mount, that means you're in a position to add softboxes. Okay, same way. Okay, hold on, G60. Now, what sucks about this is that the X60, a lot of them, they don't have the same Bowens mount adapter. So you're going to make sure you get the right adapter for your light. It is listed, and they make sure to list it. But again, I'm able to get 2 Bowens mount adapter ready lights that are on the go, portable, and can do exactly what I need to do. A lot of times you don't need a lot of power. You don't need 300 watts. A lot of times you don't need 150 watts. 60 watts a lot of times is just enough of what you need to get the job done. So showing you, I have this, I know this is ridiculous. I have this X60 attached to it, okay? So I'm gonna show you. But as you can see with the Bowens mount adapter, we actually have a real light source. I mean, I'm just looking at my monitor. You can use it. This right now is only on 5%. You can use this on the go. This is crazy to me. I love this idea. I've already been using this, I'm telling you, on the go, on the job. This thing is super clutch. I'm just saying, when you have such a portable setup and you're able to put a large softbox on here, on the go, it's a great time. And if you don't want to use a larger softbox, guess what? They also make this size softbox too. The smaller softbox, so you can get a more, I guess, a more direct light, more controlled light, instead of something that is going to spread a little bit more. So you have multiple sizes of these softboxes that, again, Zhiyun is making themselves. You don't have to go to any other brand. They are very, very, very much compatible, especially with the Bowens mount adapters that go to these things. So you have 2 extremely usable lights that you can take anywhere to light a subject, light yourself. Maybe you're doing a nighttime shoot. I mean, these things, hopefully you can see with this attachment here going on, how useful they can be into a workflow. So any of you that already have these lights, man, go out there and check these out. To me, I know a lot of people, wanted these lights so they can be, kickers, or just, maybe some feel, maybe a little, a little edge light. But I wanted to see, like, can I actually use these in a real photo shoot? Can I actually use these in a real job situation? Not just as an accessory light, but as a main light, as the key light, as an actual light in the setup. And cool thing is, Zhiyun has also looked out and they made sure to provide us with softbox. So you can get a small softbox or a large softbox, pretty much industry standard for those softbox sizes. I will also say this, I've worked with a lot of softboxes. These are really nice, especially the way that they, assemble. I love the way the switches feel. I can tell you, I've worked with other brands on their softboxes. I like these a lot more than most of the brands I've worked with. They are very smooth. Now, who are these lights for? I think for a lot of people, these lights are going to be mainly used because you can mount them anywhere because of their size, or maybe you just need a quick kicker. You don't need like a key light. I like to use them as key lights sometimes just because they are so small and so portable, but sometimes you just need something. You can be in the middle of a photo shoot and you may have some shadows that hit someone and you're like, man, I just need something to fill in those shadows. And I would tell you, these lights come in handy for that if that is something you're looking for. Now with the X60, when you add the RGB aspect of it, now you can get some really cool color kickers. Instead of just having the typical color of that daylight tone or even like a warmer tone, you can add a kicker behind someone or around someone to give them a different, unique look because of that RGB feature. And that was the main reason I wanted this, is because I wanted something that could be a really useful rim light in a photo shoot or in a video shoot to really add some character to the lighting setup. And the other reason I wanted this, and this too, is because I wanted something that was very lightweight, because a lot of my setups require, you know, height and a lot of mounting and a lot of putting the lights in weird places. And a lot of times you can't put our larger lights in weird places. These lights, I can put them anywhere I want, especially with the X60, because I have this portable battery and I can have that Bluetooth control. Therefore, I can literally put this light anywhere, like anywhere. I have power and I have full control of the lighting to set it up the way I need. But other than that, it's kind of like anyone can use this thing, whether you're a photographer, videographer. I think anyone would find uses out of this if you're not needing a whole bunch of more power. I would say another group of people would be people that are maybe YouTubers like me that are at home and you have these small spaces that you're creating these YouTube studios out of. And it's cool to have something this small because you don't have to mount your light, you know, that is extra heavy, you know, sandbags, all those things. You can just have a really, really portable, really easy to use, very small footprint light that you can mount in your studio. And lastly, if you are maybe a corporate shooter or an on-the-go shooter, maybe you shoot at night, maybe you shoot in like low light situations, maybe weddings, those type of things. If you're looking for something that's small, easy to transport, easy to travel with, I can tell you I did have a corporate shoot in Miami once, and the only thing I traveled was with 2 of these. And when I traveled with 2 of these, I was able to light my interviewees very well and very quickly without any hassle. It was easy to travel with these. I mean, that alone was a big reason why I wanted to have this. And now that I have this, oh man, like we got some things going on. So shout out to Zhiyun for sending over this MOLUS X60. Again, I had already bought the G60 with my own money. So it's really cool that they were like, hey man, we can send you a plethora of things if you want to talk about it, if they can fit into your workflow. And that's the key, is that it had to fit into my workflow. I saw this thing, I wanted it a lot, and I'm just very grateful that they were able to partner up and collaborate on this video with me. So the links will be down below for the X60. If you're interested, if you like what you saw, I would say go to other YouTube videos and check this thing out, man. Trust me, I'm impressed with it, and it has already been very useful in my workflow. But if you got any value out of this video, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I will show you the BTS. All right, we have full lessons BTS of the photo shoot. That's just a glimpse of the photo shoot, but I'm gonna give you that photo shoot coming very soon. The BTS, the breakdown, everything the same way as I've done the other videos. So like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next video. I love y'all.